I'm Cale Weber. This is Steel, Sweat, and Shakes Behind the Gains. Today's episode 1, where we'll be going over general weight room equipment. We'll be starting off in the warm-up room. Welcome to the equipment room. There's a lot of equipment in here, but some of the main stuff, overall, I'd say when you're warming up, when you first come into the weight room, you're probably going to be sore from your previous workout, so you're going to want to grab one of these and roll out just to get loose for your next workout. Another thing you could use to warm up are the slam balls. You'll have to use those in some of the workouts, which we'll go through in a different episode. And another thing you might use to warm up your legs is these bands. You put them around your ankles. There's belts for squatting and deadlifting, and we've got stability balls also to warm up, or it could be part of your workout. We got extra bars here, some pads if you can't handle the weight, and we got the dip bars, which are just extra equipment. We've also got some hurdles, which are for speed work, and then these mats, which are for when you do your abs, and some more bands that aren't actually on the rack, and then some other supplies for warming up and stretching. And this last one is the ab roller. If you're an expert, you'll be able to use this. The next piece of equipment, after warming up, you'll be doing your main workout at the squat and bench racks. They can either be high for squatting, or it can be low for benching. So two main workouts here. Some of the supplies you got on here, you got the bench, you got the safety racks, you've got the landmine attachment, you've got clips for safety, then you got all the weights, you've got bands that are either for warm up, or you could use those for your actual lift by putting them on the bar. You got chains, which are also for the main part of the lift. You got the hex bar, which is for deadlifting. And then you have the other extra straight bar over here. We could just go to this one. The extra straight bar, which would also be for deadlifting or your RDLs or rows, anything that you need a barbell. Next, we've got free weight dumbbells. These vary in weights from 5 pounds all the way to 100 pounds, if you'll get there eventually on your weightlifting journey. These free weights, you could be used for curls, benching, RDLs, and they're kind of paired with these benches because you can do incline bench, you can do flat bench, you can do seal rows, or you can just use them to put your leg up for elevated squats. But these are probably the most versatile equipment in the weight room. The next piece of equipment that we have here in our weight room is the Nordic machine. You can do Nordic hamstrings, you can do reverse hypers holding onto here. There's lots of little adjustments that you can make on here so it can accommodate all people, all shapes and sizes. This is one of the nicer pieces of equipment that we got. The old one before the flood wasn't as great, but now we've got this where you can add weight to your hyper. The next piece of equipment that we have in the weight room is the cable machine. I'd say it's the second most versatile piece of equipment here. Personally, my favorite part is the cable push down and faceable side, where it can go all the way from up to all the way down. And you can do triceps, biceps, face pulls, lots of different things. You can do rows on this front part where you're sitting. With the clips here, you can change out every attachment, so it's very versatile. You can get different grips, whatever you like. Here you can do more face pulls, static holds, a lot of stuff for core and mobility here. On the back side over here, you can do lat pull downs. You can do overhand, underhand. You can put different grips on it, and there's a lot of different variations of a lat pull down that you can do. And they go all the way up to 300 pounds. So again, a very versatile piece of equipment. Over towards the middle here, we've got a pull-up bar. You can do either the straight bar, overhand, underhand. You can do neutral grip, which is just this way. And then you get the balls for a little more of a challenge. And that's pretty much it here with the cable machine. The next piece of equipment that we have here in the weight room is a kettlebell rack. They vary from 5 pounds all the way up to 50 pounds. Before the flood, they used to be a little heavier, so it's a little more functional piece of equipment. But now it's more of just a warm-up weight for most people. We use these to warm up our legs and kind of get a little back stability. And the next piece of equipment here in the weight room is the easy bars. We used to have straight bars and easy bars, but just the easy bars are pretty functional. You can do curls on here, RDLs for lighter weight. skull crushers where you can take them on the bench and blow up those triceps a little bit. Very functional piece of equipment here, one of my favorites. Next piece of equipment that we have here at the weight room is the leg press. This is for maybe if your back's hurting you and you can't squat normally, or if just you need to lighten the load, or it could just be a regular workout. You can load this thing up with a lot of weight. You got all this room. But pretty simple exercise. You can either do single leg or double leg. You can put your feet high, you can put your feet low. But overall, very good exercise to load up a lot of weight and make a lot of gains. The next piece of equipment, or pieces of equipment that we have, are the cardio room. In our cardio room, we've got the box jumps. These are for warming up or just max effort exercise. A lot of fun. Then we got our treadmills here. This one is a little bit different. This one goes at your own pace. You use this one in track sometimes. A little bit harder. Then we've got the elliptical machines on the far end. Those are a little bit lighter of a load. Now we got the sitting bikes and the pedaling bikes. Some of these you can play games on. They're a little fun. These aren't used a lot when I'm lifting, but overall a good piece of equipment to have in the weight room. Thanks for joining me today with Steel, Sweat, and Shakes Behind the Gains. One more fun fact. If you don't like the school's water, you can always bring your own. This is my fancy one. Thanks for joining me today. Next time we'll be taking you through a high protein meal, maybe a workout the next time after that. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. Give me a like. This is Cale Weber.